Hello everyone, welcome back to the Hindu Explainer series. I am Kushagra Goel and very warm greetings from Lopra Tutorial. So as you know, yesterday was International Yoga Day and it was also a pitch towards vaccination. So a lot of states had been working towards ensuring that vaccination picks up pace now. And in that regard, India established the record of giving 82 lakh shots of vaccines on a particular day. What India needs to do to attain its target of vaccinating the entire adult population by the end of 2021 is to keep on achieving this record for every particular day. Any day that we go below 82 lakh would mean that we will miss our target of COVID vaccination. Alright, so this is now the challenge before governments to ensure and to every person to ensure that they go and get themselves vaccinated. Alright, so if you have anyone around you, any person you come in contact with, ask them. If you have spoken to them, ask them whether they have got the vaccine or not. Because until and unless everyone gets a vaccine, no one is safe. If you want to ensure that your college, all NLUs open up in physical, you need to ensure that everyone in the country is vaccinated, because if we keep on having these waves, your college life is in jeopardy. You and the fulfillment of physical education will not happen without everyone's vaccination. It is unfair to see that Western countries and colleges or students who can afford to go outside are able to go there and now they can attend physical classes while you cannot. Therefore, the onus is on all of us to ensure everyone is vaccinated so that we tide over and win this fight against COVID-19. So it's a healthy reminder. The record definitely would not be something that is asked, but the vaccines for COVID-19 is important. India till now has 3 vaccines approved: Covishield, Covaxin and Sputnik 5. Alright, we have discussed all 3 of them. They apply different technologies towards COVID-19 ailment. Alright, so this needs to be ensured. This is where the realm in which you can get a question. Moving on, apart from this, is that Supreme Court continued to hear ex gratia payment towards COVID-19 kin or those who have passed away. It is a statutory obligation of the government to pay back in response under Section 12 of the Disaster Management Act, because COVID-19 is also a declared disaster. Apart from this, on the national news, nothing of note. So we move on to the editorial section. In the editorial section, the one on the right hand side, the state of India's poor must be acknowledged. That how many poor people we have in the country is important. This is the formula that needs to be confirmed to ensure how many poor people are there in the country, what are the problems they are facing, and only then the government can finalize a policy. Because of COVID-19, India's poverty has risen. People who are in middle class have come to closer to the poverty line. The unemployment rate in the country is at the highest. People saving in banks is reducing. Inflation in the economy is rising. So our economy needs an economic boot and a reboot in general. So therefore, to determine who is being targeted in economic policy becomes important. So the editorial here discusses that. Then on the left hand side, a time to give, that the government should not think twice and ensure that payment is given to those who have lost their loved ones. That this is the bare minimum that the government can do towards the people. But there are 2 other editorials that are far more important for us. The first one on the left hand side, a perpetual war. US should have backed Afghan government more instead of pushing hard to engage with Taliban. What did United States do? Alright, there are 2 scenarios that I am going to explain you this with. So in 2001, it started the war against Taliban. Alright. Then it toppled the government of Taliban, but it did not completely finish off Taliban. It continued to remain in the country as of today. And now Taliban is still there. Alright. Instead of ensuring that their goal is confirmed, in 2020, they started a peace process with Taliban. That see, what we have no problem now that you remain in power. The goal that they had set out, they had left it. The only thing that they wanted was that please just leave, all right. We will leave the country, but you will not let your country be used for terrorist organizations, that is Al Qaeda, all right. That you will not let this happen. But obviously, violence in Afghanistan today is at the highest, all right. It is at the highest level, it is rising. And secondly, the second point is, instead of supporting or ensuring peace with Taliban, US should have focused on confirming and strengthening the Afghan government and their forces. That if your original aim was to eliminate Taliban, then why did you give up on that? And you should have continued to support this government to ensure that the conflict ends forever. But because Taliban continues to be there, there is no promise that later on, if they start supplying or supporting terrorists from their regime once again, will you come to war again? There is no guarantee of that, right? So this is what the editorial talks about, that see, you had or you placed your bets on the wrong entity, all right? And therefore, this is the problem that now US faces, okay? That ever since the Doha Agreement, so Doha Agreement is the agreement under which US and Taliban agreed that US will withdraw its forces outside of Afghanistan, while Taliban will ensure that it will not let territories occupied by Taliban be used as terror launchpads. But because there is no mechanism to confirm that, the threat of that remains forever, all right. So this is what the editorial here, that this will remain a perpetual war, that peace in the region will never happen because you place your bets on the wrong entity. Then on the right hand side, with Raisi in saddle, the road ahead for Iran. Yesterday's newspaper also we discussed that Ibrahim Raisi and the challenges he faces, all right. So first immediate challenge is the economy of Iran, which has been crumbling because of US sanctions, all right. So there is internal pressure to ensure that sanctions from US economy are lifted so that trade can resume and Iran's economy can come on track. That is the first challenge. The second is the challenge of regional peace and diversifying the economy beyond oil. To do that, it needs assistance of every other Arabian and Middle Eastern country. So therefore, the continuing soft war or proxy wars that Iran has been engaging in Yemen, in Iraq, in Syria needs to come, or the guns need to fall silent. So that is the second challenge. Apart from this, hardline stand. Ibrahim Raisi himself represents the hardline faction of Iranian society, which believes in a more religiously controlled economy and state. So that is the third challenge that he faces, to ensure what kind of a system that Iran will now have, now that a hardliner like Ibrahim Raisi is in power, all right. Then moving on the op-ed. Towards a more federal structure, if states collect more tax, they will become less dependent on central government. GST refund is one sticking point that has now continued to be at the head of our headlines from economic policy. States keep on saying central government does not release funds on time, and there is heightened dependency. Now there is call that, see, we need to go back to our original system where state governments can also collect their taxes, which would reduce the dependency of them on central government. Then on the left hand side, India's vaccine policy needs clarity. We need to work on this. Is policy suggestion, not that relevant for us. Then a case to decriminalize suicide. What is this about? In India, if you attempt to commit suicide, you can be charged for a criminal offense, all right, under section 309. So this editorial here talks about two things. One, a person who is in distress, who now does not want to live. Do you think a criminal punishment can act as a deterrent, someone who has lost hope in life? And secondly, if you really want him not to die, then you should work on systems that support him instead of criminalizing his actions and putting him further in a corner of the society. So that is what the reason of this editorial is. It takes heart from a judgment of the Supreme Court, that is Chenna Jagdeshwara versus State of Andhra Pradesh of 1994, which called that, see, this is a section that should be done away with. So the editorial questions section 309 of IPC. But if today you get a question in CLAT that if a person attempts to commit suicide and but does not die, can they be charged under 309? The answer will be yes. All right. Moving on the other national news, pictures from people practicing yoga at different areas because yesterday was yoga day. Then moving on, apart from this, nothing of real note. So we move to the international news segment. This is important news. First, Raisi for nuclear talks rules out Biden meet. So two things. One, he supports lifting of sanctions. Hardliners want economy to be back on track. They do not want US sanctions. All right. At the same time, they have also claimed that if this does not happen, Iran will move on with its nuclear arsenal program. So that is one. Second, he ruled out a physical summit with Joe Biden. He claimed that, see, that is for photo ops. It's not going to lead to anything. We need to work on what is more relevant. Then on the right hand side is the news about Armenia. All right. 6 months ago, the war in Nagorno-Karabakh took place, in which Armenia suffered heavy losses. It had to abdicate from majority of the territories it controlled around the region. Nevertheless, Nikol Pashinyan, the Prime Minister of Armenia, has still retained majority. His civil contract party, so the political party, all right, has retained the majority in the house. All right. So elections in Armenia, the Prime Minister there, the entities involved in the Nagorno-Karabakh conflict is something that we had discussed in November. You have also seen me talk about it in the revision series, and this is the new update that he remains in power. Elections. So the electoral system in Armenia and Azerbaijan is also important. Armenia is a parliamentary system. Azerbaijan is a presidential polity. All right, so those two systems also become important. Then something that we discussed on Sunday is the news about Apple Daily. Apple Daily is the newspaper tabloid of Hong Kong that had been critical of the Chinese Communist Party, under which the police crackdown took place. Its editors and main journalists were arrested, its accounts frozen. Because its accounts are frozen, it cannot pay back people. So now the newspaper has confirmed that it may shut down. Exactly what China or Chinese police must have intended to do to shut down any place which talks about criticism of the Chinese Communist Party. All right, so this is what has been confirmed. The name of the daily becomes important to be talked about. All right, US is committed to supporting Afghan people, White House. This is in relation to Ashraf Ghani, who is in United States on a visit to ensure support of Afghan government vis-a-vis Taliban when US forces pull out. All right, apart from this, on the news, China crackdowns on crypto mining, an ongoing exercise to ensure that its own digital currency takes prominence in the country. Apart from this, on the economic side, nothing of real note. On the sporting side also. So on that note, I'll conclude for the day. In today's newspaper, 3 very important news. 1, the US war. 2nd, Iran, the challenges that are faced by Ibrahim Raisi and his priorities. All right, that is foreign policy related to Iran. Then 3rd is Nagorno-Karabakh conflict and the political system in Armenia. Nikol Pashinyan, the Prime Minister, who was the Prime Minister during the conflict, remains in power. His social contract party is the one that has retained power and majority in the House. On that note, I'll conclude for the day. Please make sure that you continue watching the revision series to ensure that whatever is important from different months is covered for you. On that note, if you like the work that we do, please give this video a thumbs up, and we all will see you all tomorrow.